Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday morning trading room. Just a moment here, we'll get the screen share going on. So Friday's session for the NASDAQ anyway seemed like it was fairly quiet. Well, there were some decent ranges. Here was Friday's session overall, and you can see we really didn't end up going anywhere. We traded well inside of Thursday's range, which I don't know, doesn't really give us much of a clue which way the market may be going. It shows us a market that's pretty much balanced at this point. And I guess it'll be interesting to see how the next few days play out. Of course, this week is American Thanksgiving on Thursday, so we're going to shut things down Thursday and Friday. There's no point in even trying to trade Friday. There's not going to be anybody around. Unless you're really keen on trying to lose some money, you may as well just take the extra day off. Right now, you can see we've got a market that's going fairly sideways. This now the NASDAQ on the Eagle. And from the overnight, it appears that we have a reasonably strong downtrend developing. Actually, it looks, in hindsight, it was a fairly active overnight session. Trading leaving off around the 68.40 mark on Friday. And here we are kind of in that same neighborhood. I think I'm going to give them a few minutes here to settle in and try really hard not to do something that I'm going to regret later. For those of you, though, who are a little bit more ambitious than I am, and you like your first in-sync Eagle signal, or Raptor signal for that matter, you've got one right here, right about a minute or so after the open, and took a little bit of heat on it, or not so much heat, but had to wait it out, and it does look as though the market has found your profit objective at this point. So a decent little move there out of the open. I know I keep saying I'm going to do that first in-sync Eagle signal. It works out most of the time. So right now, at least if we're going to follow through on the overnight, it does look, like I said, the market may be more inclined to head lower. A couple decent signals here on the hawk as well. We've got a first micro macro cross signal right here. This macro pullback was spoiled by the yellow bar, although it is a rather broad four-arrow consolidation if you were really interested in trying to take that signal. This was another four-arrow consolidation, again off of the yellow bar. And here, yet once again, another four-arrow consolidation. So we don't usually see that many four-arrow consolidations within a move. The four-arrow consolidation will develop when the market is hesitating, actually. All right, a little bit of a pullback now. Is that it? Are the sellers done already? It's not unusual to see the market try to reverse an overnight trend out of the open. We'll see if these current lows at around the 68.12 mark are holding. If we get a retest here now of the low and come back with a buy signal, that could certainly open things up for the bulls. There we go. There's a number 2 signal. And it looks like we actually have a chance at a second push entry on this. Not the ideal signal, and we're only 7 minutes into the day. I think I got some, no slippage on that. The way it filled, it almost looked like they slipped me on the order. Okay, well, that worked out not too badly for an early trade. And here I said I was going to be patient. That's all right, I'll take it. Now, just going back, many of you will have already heard this, but for the benefit of the new people in the room, if I were trading on a quota and my objective was to make $100 a day per contract, well, there's my day right there. You end up earning more money not by trading more frequently, not by chasing a bunch of signals around, rather by capitalizing on those higher probability signals. So what I mean is we had a decent setup here. We had a reasonable amount of risk. If I wanted to increase my earnings on this, I need to increase the number of contracts I'm trading. Now, you always want to temper that with your risk amount, right? You don't want to end up risking more than you can afford. But as your account grows, you'll be able to risk more and more contracts and thereby increase your earnings. So instead of earning $100 on that trade, I could, trading 3 contracts, I would have earned $300, trading 5 contracts, $500, and so on. That is the secret sauce. That's the juice right there. All right, and here we come back now with the sell signal. I'm a little bit late on this one, but looks like I'm going to get a second push opportunity here if I hurry. This is a little dicey as well because here we are challenging the lows of the morning. What time is it? Oh, it's almost at the quarter to the hour mark. I really should avoid this. I'm going to close that order. The signal, what I'm concerned about is that I'm not going to have enough room given the proximity of these lows. I'm not going to have enough room to do anything with my trade. And using the second push opportunity, I was actually able to stay out of that range to avoid a bad fill. And here we are heading back toward the top end now of our trading range. Well, we're going to produce an early number one signal here. We've got a late filter entry signal and a trend change signal here on the Falcon. And I do believe that one has found its profit objective. So the late filter entry signal, filter goes out of sync, comes back into sync. The trend line itself never changing color. That's very important. And yep, got up there, found its profit objective. Tends to be a very reliable signal. Right now, though, looks like we're spending a little bit of time going back and forth. I'm going to call this my trading range. All right, so it looks like we got a break here now toward the bottom end of the trading range. What's significant about this is it actually enables us to set a sell order below here, because if this breakout is going to stick, regardless of how you framed it, some people may be looking at the range like this, some people may be looking at the range like this, but regardless, we have had a breakout. If the sellers are going to continue this breakout, they need to start bringing the market lower. Then if they cannot continue with the breakout, then we know where to buy the market higher. So we essentially have the market now between a rock and a hard place. It's just basic market structure, market activity. You see the market's constantly testing support and resistance areas, retesting them. You see here was an earlier breakout, right? Earlier breakout from this range, little retest. If you didn't frame the range that way and took it down here, there was a breakout, a retest. Then there was even a bigger retest on the last move lower. So it happens over and over again. And it should happen again here soon. They didn't give me too much of a chance to. Normally, we see these kinds of reactions a little bit sooner. I didn't have much of a chance to frame that one up. I would like to see at least a full bearish bar here before I get, there we go. It's a huge range, I know, but there we have it. Now, what will happen is if the buyers recover the market early, see the sellers are pushing the market down, indicating that this trading range, right, in a trading range, we tend to expect sellers to be up here, kind of in that top third, top quarter. Buyers are going to be down here. So now if the buyers are going to move the market higher, they need to recover it, in which case, if I get another bull bar here, I can move my sell order down here, because now what we're doing is we're pushing the buyers and sellers, or they're pushing themselves into a tighter and tighter corner. And ideally, I'd like to see, real evidence that, oh, okay, I was going to say real evidence that the buyers are really taking a stand. I guess that was it right there. I was hoping for two bull bars, but I didn't get it. I'm really tempted to bring my buy order in above this bar with this long wick, because once again, this is where the buyers are hanging out, right down here. All right, we kind of have a mini double top there, so I am going to bring it in now above there. All right, got filled to the short side. I'm going to delete that order. I'm going to get my stop loss order in play. By the way, I could have used that buy stop order as my stop loss order. It's the exact same thing as this order right here. All right, let's take that trade to break even now. It's just the hesitation bothers me. And the fact that we're making such big moves without too much hesitation. I'm not going to give them too much room on this trade. They're either going to go or go ahead, stop me out, and I'll look for another chance. All right, we hit the break even. I'll go with the bar high-low strategy now. It's a more aggressive stop strategy. It's just going to start rolling the stops if the market moves in our direction. Yeah, parabolics are doing about the same. Okay. Well, not looks like the parabolics and the bar high-low stopping me out at the same spot. So I'm always curious if one is responding better than the other. Okay, couple decent little trades here to start the day. Well, the seller's really keeping this move going. The momentum, I don't know, maybe visually it just seems to be fading somewhat. It's not quite as crazy as it was last week, though. That's a given. All right, here yet another number 2 signal. Don't really know if I want to try to get on board with this one. Everything else looking a little bit more bearish right now. Okay, there is a second push opportunity on this one. This is a pretty aggressive play on my part. And I'm pretty much doing a band bounce. The band is getting very, very broad here. No, they're not prepared to do that. Okay. Not yet, anyway. So you can see the trading band starting to get pretty wide now for the NASDAQ. We're trading some 60 ticks broad. And We'll see if we come back here with another number 2 signal. The Raptor is going to be the first one to actually give us a counter trend opportunity, besides the Eagle, if you're going to take the Eagle buy signal. Look at these guys pouring it on here. The Geiger counter, very, very bearish here at the moment. Yeah, all right. Okay, so much for a reversal. Look at this. We're almost 80 ticks wide on the band. This market is either screaming lower or it's getting seriously oversold. Not much structure there right now. All right, well, at least we're on the other side of the ATR. That's that squiggly red and blue line that you see on the chart here. We'll see if they give us a retest now of the low and another buying opportunity. No, maybe not. That may have been it right there. Okay, we at least have a couple of bars now, making it look somewhat like a test of the extreme. Not really, though. It's not very strong. There we go. It's a little better. All right, like I said, this is going to be a fairly low probability proposition trying to buy this market up, but I do have a level above which to buy. I don't have a number 2 signal just yet, but I could park an order here. There's my number 2 signal now. I could park an order just in anticipation of that reverse. Let's see, did they slip me again? Yes, they did. Took a tick slip. Let's see if I can get that back. The danger, of course, with the counter trend trade is it blocks you from the with trend trade. I'm going to bring my break even in very, very tight now. Come on, give me one more swing. All right, I'm going to roll my stops up to below this swing right here. If I can get if I can get a couple of bull bars, I will roll my stop below that next swing. I'm glad I only tried a single on this one. It's not looking very promising. Not right now. I may be too early. All right, well, I took my lumps. The best stop placement was still here below the low, but honestly, I did not feel like risking that much on the trade. I knew it was a low probability trade going in. And now we're actually coming back with a number one signal. So we've got the market a little conflicted here at the moment. Much better test of the extreme. Much better test of the low. I may try a buy one more time. I know I'm asking for it. There it is. There's my buy signal. I'll just get ready on my buy button. And there we go. All right. If this one's going to go, it could have a little follow through to it. So I'm going to extend my profit objective. I'm going to place my stop below the swing low or the low of the morning. Stop it. I'll raise my break even a little bit. Try to avoid the premature stop out. By the way, this is a number two signal. It did not print as a number two because this test of the extreme is too far from here. Oh, we're struggling a bit. Ooh, the trend. Here they go. They're going to spank me again. Doggone it. There you go, folks. The evils of counter-trend trading. When will I learn? They're always so tempting. I can't help it. Yeah, well, kind of knew that it was heading that way. All right, let's put that away. So we got ourselves a little bit of a sideways trading range going on again. All right, well, you know, the trend is looking very strong still. I guess on the next pullback, should just be looking for a shorting opportunity. Here again, we have a slight little trading range. We'll see what happens in the way of a pullback. We got another bullish bar. Then we'll know, that we can safely short below here. Oh, wow. Look at that. The sellers are just in total control here this morning. Not even going to give me a retest. What a day. What a day. Here now the daily chart. And as you can see, the market pretty much in a free fall right now. The buyers did pick it up at 6,700. That's where they stepped up before, so we'll see what happens. We've still got a little ways to go before we get down to 6,700. And now things getting slow again. We're only about 40 minutes into the session, but it seems like we've been trading for hours. There's that trading band again. I figured we were starting to get a little bit broad. Just we get these sideways spurts. So the buyers are stepping up a little. I think I've had my fill of counter trend trading, though, at least until perhaps the ATR is in sync. Last time I tried to buy the market up, everything was more in sync. So maybe I'll do myself a favor and just try to stay with trend. Okay, so here on the Eagle now, it looks like if this next bar closes, we're going to flip the ATR over. So that could make things a little bit more bullish. All right, so there we go. It's all turned over now. We'll see what we get in the way of a test of the extreme. Here on the Hawk, we actually have a green bar sell already that we could set up to buy a move higher on. So the green bar sell is actually the counter trend signal for the Hawk. It does tend to develop near the end of a trend. Because it is counter trend, obviously you do not need to take it. You can actually wait for the signal to turn into a first micro macro cross signal, which would tend to be a higher probability signal. Okay, now a red bar buy, which is not a strong signal on the hawk, but it does kind of confirm the possibility maybe of a trend change. Right now, the market's still very sideways. I think if we get above this little swing here at 67.62, we should be all right. There we go. We're getting a little bit of traction. Let's get above that swing high there, 64.65 or 67.65. There we go. Get up there a little bit. You can do it. Come on. All right, I'm going to force the trade to break even. Oh, we're actually getting a little giddy up. Where's my profit target? Yeah, I was going to say I'll try to run it out, but you know what? Let's just take profit on target. Why be greedy? All right, so they're now a counter trend signal that had a few more ducks in a row, which probably accounts for why it worked out a little better. All right, a little bit more bullish follow through there. So I don't know if I'm going to call this a reversal just yet. The thing is, we do have the bottom end of the trading range right there. So this was our trading range. Here's the breakout. Here now is the retest. But given that the market is in such a strong bear trend, this may just turn out to be a bear flag, in which case we can anticipate a continued move lower. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Is a little bit more secure evidence which way the market may be prepared to go. And something resembling a bottom would be most welcome. The pace is a little better. I find I have a little bit more time to think about things. All right, so here we go. We're kind of testing the bottom end. Depending on how aggressive you wanted to get on this, you could throw a buy order above here. Then if we get another bullish bar, you could throw a sell order below there. Once again, it's just kind of getting the market squeezed into a bit of a corner. This is a green bar sell on the eagle, which does tend to be a very strong signal. So right now the tendency is looking more bearish than bullish. All right, let's put that away. Oh, very nice. Yeah, some very good follow through on that one. Okay, this may now be the test of the extreme, in which case we're going to come back with a rule of three signal, and that would definitely open up the possibility of a bullish reversal. Great question here from Mark. Mark's asking, can you put the tick counter in another part of the chart? And I don't think so, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. Oops. Let's see if a parameter was added for it. I will ask. I will ask what's involved in making that draggable. Yeah, because I know the Geiger counter and the tick counter kind of in the same neighborhood. If it was a few ticks higher or lower, it would be a little bit more convenient as well. Let me leave that with me, see what I can do. All right, great number one opportunity here, and look at the follow through off of that green bar sell. That is just tremendous. Yeah, I guess I should have had a little bit more confidence in that one, especially given the trend. Oh, Mickey says the last parameter. All right, let's check this out. He says the last parameter, if it's lower, oh, vertical location of the band counter. Look at that. Way to go, Mickey. All right, so if you reduce this value, you can move it lower on your chart, apparently. All right, let's see what that does. Oh, or move it a little higher on the chart. That works too. Where did you go here, Raptor? I wonder if you can increase it to more than 100. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, Mickey. All right, let's move that just a little bit lower, and then we'll get back to what's going on here in the market as prices seem as though they keep slipping lower. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Thanks. See, I don't play with this stuff as much as I should. That's great. Thanks, Mickey. Yeah, I was wondering, Mark, if you were taking any of these late filter entries. He says they've been working out pretty good to the short side here this morning. Here's a decent late filter entry signal, especially this one here. Very, very nice and flat trend line. Great follow through on that. This one broken up, the trend line changing color. Here's a quick little move to the upside. I think that was enough to get to your profit target, but not much more. Very nice late filter entry signal here. Again, note how flat the trend line goes. The flatter the trend line, the better. All right, here we go with a little retrace now back to the first hard edge. Mark says, I still haven't had success in getting my tick counter to work on my setup, so seeing it on your chart is a plus. I'm assuming you've been in touch with Ben. I would say send me an email, but I'm just going to forward it to Ben. If any of you have technical difficulties like that, please don't hesitate to contact Ben. He's very good about getting back to people quickly, and there's very few things if he can't solve it, he can at least tell you why it's not working. There may be a conflict with perhaps some other software, but that shouldn't be a big deal, not with something like the band counter there. All right, here we go with a number 3 signal now, a very late second push opportunity, really close to this low. I don't know if I want to try to get on board that one. Oh, all right, it is with trend. I said I would take a trend trade. Oh, don't pinch me so close to the lows. As you can see, well, it was against the ATR anyway, so I probably would have refrained from taking that number 3 signal. But had I taken it on the hash mark, I would have actually found my profit objective. I'm not really keen on entering it that late, but it looks like I didn't have to worry about it. Here we go again with a little bit of that sideways trading range that we've been seeing repeat time and again. Now, notice this time we got a bounce here off of the retest, right? This was our trading range up here. Breakdown, retest, here's the move lower. It's not continuing. Therefore, I think we can get a little bit more aggressive on a buy. In fact, we got a buy signal right here, that number 2 signal. I'm just going to buy into it. And I'm going to try to stretch this one out a bit. Because the chances are pretty good, given that the market has not continued lower off of this breakout right here. Chances are pretty good they're going to try to head higher. Now, the first real obstacle is going to be right here. Looks like around 67.53. When we get above there, there is a very real possibility we could get all the way up here to 67.75. But first things first. Okay, stops should go below the low because that tells us if the market breaks these lows, then I'm definitely on the wrong side of this trade. All right, I said 53 was going to be an obstacle, so I'll set my break even at 67.52 half. And then we have a primary or secondary support line here at 67.68. All right, I'm going to chicken out and take the trade manually to break even now. And if I can ride out the swing, I will move into my parabolics. Don't tag me yet. Okay, so here we are bouncing one more time. And once again, if the sellers don't pick up the market at this point, there's every reason to expect a bullish rally. In fact, you could throw your just in case order above there. If I get a bullish bar, I can throw an order in below the trend line here. Although I would prefer, I think at this stage, I think I would prefer a buy signal. Well, there we go. We got number one signal. Oh, I'm a little bit too late on that, am I? Doggone it, I am too. Shoot, I was just going to throw in a signal below that little hesitation. All right, well, we can cancel all that out. Sellers taking the bulls to the woodshed. All right, well, we're getting a little bit wide in the band again. Volume really thinning out after that bulk of buying and selling that went through. All right, well, we're going to get a trend change here on the Falcon. We already have a first micro macro cross on the Hawk. We got a chance at a second push entry on the number two signal here in the whatchamacallit, in the Raptor. All right, here comes the trend change signal. I will get ready for that. We'll just kind of throw an order in above there. So here now the trend change. Now you might be wondering why, Eric, are you looking to get more bullish on this market? Well, again, it's the whole breakout thing. Right? We broke out. We're retesting. There was a little bit of a retest and failure right here, so I'm still kind of inclined to see the market move a little bit higher at this stage. had I gotten my earlier entry, I would be at my profit target. Don't take me. Get away. Nuts. Yeah, could have been a little bit more aggressive on that. That's all right. Stephen exercising a lot of discipline. He says, no trades for me today yet. Yeah, it's a wild day today. My goodness, just when you think the market can't go any lower, peels off another 20 or 30 points. Okay, so we're back inside or retesting this breakout from this trading range. And here too, if you wanted to treat it as a bear flag, we're kind of getting the market in a bit of a bind again. So you could look to buy above here, above that move right there, and you could look to short below here. We should actually produce a sell signal if the market is going to continue lower. We should get another green bar sell. You could hold out for that. This is going to be like the third green bar sell in this move, and that does kind of make it a little bit suspect, I have to admit. So let's get a stop in play now. And I'll just nudge that up to break even and maybe throw in a profit order near the top end of this range. Come on. Oh, come on already. There we go. That should loosen things up a little. Maybe not. There we go. Okay. What I was looking for is I wasn't expecting the sellers to show up until we got closer to the 6750 zone. So I thought once we broke here above the halfway point, like 67.47, they would get a little giddy up, and then the sellers would jump on board here around the 67.50 area, which you can see is what they're doing. All right, well, we're back inside that trading range. If you're expecting a bullish break from the trading range, you could certainly set up for that. We're going to get a number one signal here building on the Raptor. Oh, there it comes. There's the number one signal. And I might give it a couple extra ticks. Can I risk it below there? Oh, I can. Oh, no, I don't want that. That's manual mode. Hold on. Let's try that again. Gonna have to go about halfways. So here now the number one signal. Oop, submit the order. There we go. Using a second push for the entry. Looking for a possible continuation higher. off of this very, very bearish day today. So the question now is this going to become a bear flag, in which case we'll see a breakout lower. So here we're coming with a number 2 signal, which technically is a counter trend signal, but if you consider the bigger trend to be down, that number 2 signal is actually your with trend signal. All right, we're going to cancel that out. A lot of waffling. All right, a first micro macro cross lower. Looks like that slipped to its profit objective. So a quick little scalp available. Still got this whole sideways thing going on. Our trading band's twisting up here like a rope. We're starting to get very, very sideways again. Okay, here now a top end break or attempt at a top end break. Come on, give me a bear bar so I know where to place my entry order. There we go. All right, so this isn't a breakout and a retest, but it is evidence that they're selling 67.53. So if the buyer's going to make a run, they're going to have to step up here and take the market above 67.53. Otherwise, well, it'll probably fall back into a downtrend, or at least try to test, if not the bottom end of this range, 67.35, maybe all the way down here to 67.25. The more there is actually a more aggressive version of this strategy than what I'm doing, and that is rolling your buy order in bar for bar in anticipation of the reversal. It can be very effective. It can also be a little difficult on the Constitution. It's certainly a little bit more stressful. Okay, so the buyer's showing their hand. Give me another bull bar, and then I'll know where I can place my sell order. All right. So here we have the market again in a bit of a spot. So we're watching the buyers and the sellers trying to take control from each other. All right, so we got filled. The rest of the birds still very sloppy, very sideways. We did get a number one signal here on the Raptor, but it was against the ATR. You can see the ATR line flip-flopping quite a bit. The band, the filter, is starting to turn a little bit more bullish. The bulls are starting to outweigh the bears. You can see the bearish blocks getting smaller, the bullish blocks getting a little bit bigger. Here now a late filter entry to buy. So you have an opportunity to take this market long on the Falcon. And we've got a resistance line at 67, 68, 3/4, 67.70. I think I will set a profit target around 67.70. If I can get a couple of bullish bars, I will get more aggressive with my stop. Okay, so nice little uptick. I'll get my stops rolling now. In fact, I'm going to squeeze it pretty hard at this point. As we get closer to that resistance zone, or support, I suppose, technically. Oh, didn't quite give it to me, but that's all right. It was a good trade all the same. Now that we've broken a significant resistance area, we can be on the lookout for another buying opportunity. Because we know when the market breaks a significant area of resistance, as it did right here, there will be a tendency to have two moves in the direction of the breakout. So that is move number one. Now we can wait for a retest of sorts and be on the lookout for move number two. I think I would like to see at least one or two bullish bars here before I start getting a little bit more aggressive on the buy. But you can quite literally look for any buy signal, whether it be on the Hawk, the Falcon, the Eagle, the Raptor. All right, well, we'll put that line across here. That'll be good enough. Not a bad day today. I guess any day you can finish in the black is a pretty good day. Oh, another late filter entry signal. A nice macro pullback / 4 arrow consolidation right here on the hawk. Both those signals having some decent follow through to them. And it looks as though we blew right through that 67, 68 support zone. Hesitated a little bit early. That's where I got tagged out, but made another nice run after that. And from here, it looks like we could go all the way up to 68.11, which frankly is not out of the question given how far the market's fallen this morning. A little bit of bullish reaction, a little bit of profit taking is probably to be expected. Nice way to start the week anyway. Oh, Mark, crushing it this morning. He says, I've taken 4 late filter entries this morning. 4 for 4. He says, I'm done for the day. Up 3,400. Nicely done. Now, you have to remember when Mark says that, he's also trading either, are you still trading 5 lots or are you trading 6 contracts now? He's trading a lot anyways. He's trading size. So even though each move is only each move is worth $100, or I think Mark's actually taking profit before then. It's the power of multiples, folks. Like I said, that's the juice. That's the secret sauce. Yeah, see, Mark's up to 6 contracts per trade now. Soon he'll be trading 10 contracts. No, I'm not kidding, because that's the secret. You start with 1, you build your account, then you go to 2, and you go to 3, and you go, once you're up to 3, it won't take you that long to get up to 5, and then 6, and then soon you'll be trading 8, and then eventually 10. Then you got to find yourself a really good tax accountant. But it's a good problem to have. Mark says he took profit at 20 ticks this morning. Yeah, there was some very nice follow through on most of the trades this morning. I think I got left short on one of mine. I'll have to check my notes, but for the most part, the market has been very active. All right, gang, we'll do it all again tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen Wednesday because, of course, Thursday is Thanksgiving. We're not going to have a trading room Thursday or Friday while I have you here, but I will remind you as the week goes on. All right, I will touch base with you again tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.